y'all, and welcome back. So I just feel like super guided to get you some messages right now. So weird. I have Mayday coming in right now. We are in a collapse of everything. Okay. And so on the front end, I don't know what this is looking like. It's looking like trade wars. Like there's all this fear media going out, blah, 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 blah. You know, cell towers are going out in other countries. Everything just is falling apart. We have Opus Dei coming through. So that's Bill Barr. Okay. So Bill Barr is Opus Dei, which I think is actually just KKK. I think they created a name to rhyme with KKK. I also think this is directly connected to Rex Tillerson. And I just found out recently through some research that he's the president of the Boy Scouts of America. So they have over 60,000 sexual, I don't know if it's like sexual assault charges or complaints, something like that. It's like an insane number. It could even be higher than that. I'm getting sex party coming through around this. So I've been getting also that these private schools on U.S. soil, which I think are connected to Betsy DeVos. I just heard Betsy DeVos. That's Erik Prince's sister. They are the freaking schools. They were supposed to be shut down. The commands on the back end were to shut down Embry Riddle and that they were not graduating. Okay, this May. They would not graduate. They would not receive any type of degree from that school because they engaged in KKK activities. Okay, Embry Riddle is a private school. Okay, private colleges. They most likely they have donors. I have trafficking connected to that. Embry Riddle trains our military. Okay, they train people for the Air Force. Okay, or to go into some type of military for flying, okay? They fly, Embry Riddle, okay? It's an aeronautical school. So they also are engineers over there. The engineers are the ones that are doing all the targeted individual programs. So they're training them to dissect us like freaking KKK, Nazi, freaking World War II Nazis, okay? And I'm a victim of Embry Riddle. Embry Riddle is also the same school that trained the pilots for the World Trade Center, okay? I'm also getting Black Cuban connection to this. So this is Israel, and these are all the Lockheed Martin Air Force contracts, okay? These are all the fucking contracts for Israel. The F-35Is are the fucking contracts for Israel that Donald Trump created that specific plane for invisible technologies. I think he already got a hold of the nuclear docs at that point in time, or some form of CIA docs to create these invisible technologies. These are the same invisible technologies that now all victims on his blacklist, execution list are a victim of. Those are the targeted individual invisible technologies, the nanotech. The nanotech is also coming out of Michigan. Michigan State University, I believe, has the first program of nanotech. They are training young little Nazis to fucking do nanotech, okay? And guess who's from Michigan? Erik Prince. True story. So, other messages that are coming up today, we got Colorado Springs, okay? Which is where Schriever Air Force Base is, and that's all the targeted individual programs. And then I'm also getting the African banks. That goes back to fucking Erik Prince. That goes back to all of them. The Sudan, the Red Sea, the freaking ships, the freaking Houthis that attacked the Navy, okay? It's all connected to them. Why do I say this? Because I saw it all. I was in it. I was in the military portals. I was like on these fucking riverbanks in Africa. I was everywhere. I've been everywhere in this freaking thing. I seen it all. I know everything. Our military won't recognize me because I know the truth. They will not recognize me because I know the fucking truth. And I'm stuck at the top with the cream of the trash. That's where I'm at. I climb so high up the ranks, I'm only around trash. I'm only around the terrorists. I'm only around Bill Barr, General Milley, General Mattis. I'm around the trash train. Erik Prince. At the very top of our country, they're the ones that fucking run the show with George W. They're the ones that run the freaking show. It's the fucking Texas trash train. Okay? It's the same trash train from Blackwater. And Blackwater was designed to delude our military, okay? Placing us inferior to other power military working for foreign enemies, putting us at a disadvantage. Who would approve that? I found out no one approved it. No one approved it. No one approved Blackwater. No one did. No one did. They just did it. They just fucking did it. Nobody knows that. They just did Blackwater. Not approved. Okay? Was not approved. There's a lot of shit at the top you guys don't know about. Erik Prince just does whatever the fuck he wants, okay? He does whatever the fuck he wants. That guy does not give a flying fuck. He'll do a contract in Saudi Arabia. He'll do a contract in United Emirates. He'll do a contract with fucking Trumpy Dump. He'll just do whatever the fuck he wants. He doesn't care. He does not give a fuck, dude. That guy, he has no cares. I swear to God, if you really want to go to the top of the food chain of U.S., you know who's there? Erik Prince and George W. They're and Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney is his hitman. They are the fucking food chain of fucking the United States of America. And we are stuck in the dinosaur land of fucking trash because they're all oil. So oil is Texas, okay? That's why Texas has gone to shit, okay? And all these billionaires are running Texas right now. They just sold their soul for all this fucking oil. Like, oil. All these fucking oil deals, right? Russian oil, Lukoil, all the fucking oil train. It's all connected. So Putina had a little rendezvous with George W. in 2008. By 2008? By 2009, they were like, it was like another plot with them. I swear to God, you can follow the fucking timelines. What was it? 2002, there was like an event. 2001 is the World Trade Center goes down, September 11th, right? Okay? They have a fucking deal, Halliburton, all right? George W., whatever, the Bush family has a deal with the Halliburtons. They blame Afghanistan. By 2002, a year later, a new World Trade Center is born. Where? Moscow. Fucking Moscow. George W. has a date with Putina in Maine. They go lobster hunting together. Dude, this shit's like so whack. I don't even think about it. It's just so annoying. I don't even know I'm talking about it right now, but I'm just fucking over it. I'm over this fucking trash train. I need like my own fucking private military right now. I'm done. We have nullified all the commands going out, nullified all the military contracts, nullified the weapons contracts. You go to DARPA and you look up on Targeted Justice, they're saying DARPA has these covert defense contracts and they're part of the targeted individual contracts. They're all been nullified. All the blacklists nullified. They were supposed to remove them. At the end of Biden's administration, they're supposed to remove all blacklists. Those were commands that went out. All blacklists gone. Okay? They were supposed to end all targeted individual programs. You know what they did instead? They had little Jared Kushlash create targeted individual contracts with fucking United Emirates, I believe. Or the Saudis. I don't remember who got the contracts. Something with the contracts. And somehow the Manhattan tunnels are involved in this with an oil deal. Manhattan is Russia, Hotel Gansevoort, and it's like the tunnels, the trafficking, okay, in Manhattan is Bill Barr, okay? And it's connected to Donald Trump's trafficking ring. That's the Epstein trafficking ring. That's Donald Trump's trafficking ring connected to the oil. Oh, there was something interesting. Okay, Miss Universe is Donald Trump's pageant. He had a Russian billionaire host Miss Universe in 2013. And Vladimir Putin gave that billionaire an award that year. That was 2013. I just keep thinking in terms of like the election and how it got compromised. According to the Mueller report, they started working on infiltrating the Electoral College around 2014, 2015. So I don't know what that entailed. I didn't really research that part of it as much as I should have, but they were already plotting this on our country's soil. Like, this is something that was in the making for a while. And now that I know about the rendezvous with George W. and Putina with the oil, And knowing just the minute that Donald Trump came in, okay, 2016, he immediately went after the Dakotas, right, to do the freaking oil, to drill the oil in the water. Why can't I think of it? The pipeline, right? Yeah, it was the pipeline that he was trying to, yeah, he ended up drilling in. They didn't get approvals. They just did whatever they want. He brought a paramilitary in. He probably brought Erik Prince's little troops in. Okay? They fucking bullied the natives. And then they fucking just started digging it. They didn't probably get any approvals. Anyone who came up against them, they'll kill them. They'll throw them under a targeted individual program. They'll go after the EPA. They infiltrated the EPA. They'll infiltrate everything. Let me see what messages or guidance. The sun's going down right now. And there's some like weird light coming through right now. Let's see what messages or guidance is coming up right now for us. Breaking free. We have to start talking and shining a light on the truth of really what's going on so people can start like acting accordingly. The commands got called in over a year and a half ago. Every man for themselves. They got sent out to the military, FBI, CIA. Okay, these are the commands that went out. Every man for themselves in terms of protecting, serving, and honoring their oath. Okay, every man for themselves because of the infiltration and how bad it has been on U.S. soil on the back end. There's a lot of people that are not qualified in a lot of positions right now in leadership roles because of fake elections, Elon Musk's election, okay, and the 2016 election. January 6th was the insurrection. That actually was an overthrowing of the country. DeJoy crashed the post office, so we were not able to have a national election. Our country has been lying to everybody about what's been going on, okay? And so all of it always goes back to Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is a key missing piece to a lot of this stuff. The mint is in Pennsylvania, which is where they print money. Okay? The mint. We also have the chocolate factory burned down there. I don't know if you guys remember that. Just a lot of stuff. It was the last state to freaking come in. Like they had to have a full investigation, the state of Pennsylvania, to determine the 2020 election. So these are like pinnacle. It's a pinnacle state, whatever this fucking state is. It also happens to be the same state that David Miscavige, Scientologist, so he's on the border of Pennsylvania. I don't know if he's actually in Pennsylvania or not, but I'm just going to bring it up because Scientology, I don't think it's a coincidence that the same year that the chocolate factory exploded, they were filming they were filming the movie Wonka. I also don't think it's a coincidence that the lead of Wonka was dating a Kardashian or a Jenner, okay, which we all know. Kylie, okay? And it's all connected back because they're connected into Malibu. They have a very big, large presence in Malibu, okay? If you know any of the Jenners, they're Malibu. If you watch the fucking Kardashians, you know they're Malibu, okay? And Duke's burnt down in Malibu. When I read on the fires, the second reading I got, Erik Prince and Kim K came up with Bruce Jenner, okay? That's what came up. Now, that whole family is suspect because they're the O.J. Simpson family, which everybody forgets because they probably did so much psyops on people that everyone forgot, and they just turned them into the freaking reality show that we all know, right? But, there's also another person who does reality shows, and his name is Donald Trump, the Apprentice guy. And he's also premiered on other reality shows. So it's just something to kind of like keep in mind right now, I guess, in terms of like how the dots connect back in. There was other things that came up the other day too. I know the video is getting a little long, but in terms of the laundry. So Brian Laundrie's mother worked in a high-level government position, okay? And there was people on my channel that speculated she worked for the DA, okay, in Florida. When I researched the Laundries, they were originally from Suffolk County, Long Island, which is the same county of the Hamptons that burned down. The fires. That's where they're from. Long Island had a lot of the firefighters from fucking 9/11, okay? Like, a lot of firefighters are from there. And the Hamptons, obviously a lot of money, okay? We already know that. It's just interesting, the fires on the freaking shorefronts, because I was getting specifically, they were plotting another fire in 2 other locations on the beachfronts. I was getting the Carolinas coming in really strong, And Santa Monica was next on the list. And I said it on my channel. Maybe that stopped it in some way, but it was the next beachfront, because I was getting that they were going to have us surrounded on the oceans because they've overtaken our Navy, okay, in some capacity. There are some of our ships have been taken over, and I think it's the ships with the upside down flags on them. Those are the ships. I've heard kids on Navy ships. I've seen Russians commanding these ships, fully infiltrated these ships, young people on these ships. And I've also seen, in connection to Florida, Gabby Petito. I've seen her in military. I saw her teaching kids in Africa about a year ago. And then like 3 months later, I saw her in Florida in a military. She was in military outfit somewhere on a ship or a boat. And she was part of the targeted individual programs, like she was running, or she was part of the programs that would be hurting us. Okay? So those are the messages that are coming in right now, but I would love to hear your feedback. The sun's obviously gone down. I'm sending you so much love and blessings, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.